If I look at the room around me, I see a lot of things yellow. I think this comes from my fond liking of bees since I was very little. When I was in kindergarten, my mom used to always buy me yellow pencil cases, yellow phone cases, yellow clothes because she knew how much I was obsessed with bees. So, to teach me a lesson, she used my favorite for bees towards a beneficial route by saying, you must follow the three B's in life. Be kind, be grateful, and be yourself. And that's why it's so important to me to live my life rather than living someone else's. And these three things resonate me even more recently for two reasons. Number one, happiness, and number two, who am I? First, starting off with happiness. I think that something really crucial to understand about the whole concept of happiness is that happiness is really contingent on knowing who you are instead of what my mom likes or what my friends like, really understanding where I stand in my society and what things are valuable to me. I think society sometimes put undue expectations on individuals to be this very specific person. If I take my culture as an example, in Korea, because of the high academic pressure, there's some type of expectations on every individual here to go through a certain school, achieve certain grades, and arrive at a very specific job place in the future. However, I think not everybody is meant for this one singular path when there's thousands and thousands of people on this world. So I think often when people are forced into paths that they're not made for, it sometimes leads to unfortunate situations such as cheating, deceiving, and maneuvers individuals into the wrong path. However, at the end of the day, you might think, but what if this person cheated and they got what they wanted anyways? But I'm here to tell you that even if they were to get to the place that they wanted through deceitful methods, if these achievements weren't their own and what they're passionate for, it really does not mean much to the individual themselves at the end of the day. Number two, moving on to who am I? I think a great example of how to explore who I am and to show that to other people is to really explain a lot of my family dynamics. I have an older brother who is 5 years older than me. When I was born, I immediately went to Korean school, hopped to China, went to Japan, went to America, and I was never really staying at a singular place for so long. But compared to me, my brother lived in Korea his entire life. Because my brother lived with my parents, he had a lot of Korean culture rub on him, and my parents also had more expectations on him because they could really see him on a daily basis. But compared to him, because I was always roaming around different countries, not with my parents as much, I could really do things I wanted to do freely. So a couple of days ago, I had a conversation with my brother after we were eating dinner. I asked him what he wants to be because he's older than me. He graduated college. He already went through all the necessary things to take the next step. And he told me that he doesn't know. And I was like, do you not have anything you want to achieve in the future? He goes, like any other person would. He goes, I want to be rich. So I asked him, then what do you want to do to become rich? And he goes, I don't know, maybe I'll buy a building. Now, I think he was being sarcastic, but I think the subtle naivety and the lack of passion and understanding of who he really is and like what he really enjoys doing, I think really reflected on me deeply because that night I thought about all the things that I wanted to do and I wanted to achieve. And when I thought about why the differences came, I think it traces back to the autonomy I had to really discover my own paths without having to follow a very specific set of expectations in a route that other people set for me. So at the end of the day, even though my obsession for bees are still much very lasting, I think the understanding I have of the three B's is very different. Because now I understand it's not simply about being kind and being grateful for other people telling me so, but it's more so about being kind, being grateful, and being yourself because you want to build the individual who you are today to be better in the future. Thank you.